Hey everyone, I hope that y'all are having a great week. It's Friday. It's time to get this weekend started. Um, I just hopped on here to talk a little bit about mindset and how it's still okay not to be okay. Um, Even when you get to the point where you are mastering this mindset, you are killing the mindset game, there are still going to be times when you are like, what is happening? Because things will go wrong, and you will wonder if it is like just some old manifestation coming to pass, if you accidentally let some like bad thoughts and fears and doubts like plague your mind to where you manifested something that you didn't want to, or maybe you found a trigger that you either forgot was there, that you basically like repressed and thought that you healed, but you didn't quite get there. Or maybe it's been there all along and you just had never been in a situation similar enough to trigger that association for that trigger that you are experiencing that was trying to send you into a spiral. So, um, I struggled with this because I had a really rough week. It felt like nothing was going right, and I kept my mindset right. I fought and I fought and I fought to control what I was thinking. I was fighting to feel what I needed to feel without it getting without me judging myself for what I was feeling. And I did all that fighting, and I thought I was through it, and I was like, okay, now we're good. We're through it. Like, all these blessings are going to come flowing in. And then, like, total knockout. TKO, baby. Came in. And you know what? Like, I did. I spiraled. I spiraled. But I just tasted the spiral. I did not feast on it. And that is super important. So just know that, like, I I didn't even realize that I had this thought until a couple weeks ago, or at least I didn't think that it was going to be a problem. But I basically, like, I thought that since I was a mindset coach, that meant that I've mastered this thing to where, like, it's not gonna bother me anymore. Even if I have a bad day, I'm just gonna like brush it off. I know what to do, all this kinds of stuff. And that's not the case. Like, I'm still human. Every single person has days where their mindset is not where it should be, where they have to really fight to keep those thoughts going in the right direction, in the direction of their goals, and not expanding things that they don't want to focus on, that they don't want to grow. So, um, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you're like Beyonce or Tony Robbins or Martha Stewart or Snoop Dogg, whoever, like, you're gonna have bad days. You're gonna have bad days where you are just, you're fighting and you feel like you're hanging by a thread that is quickly fraying and that you're about to lose your shit. But it's okay. It's okay. Just sit back and breathe. Do breathing techniques, because this is the time that you need to be doing breath work where you can focus on calming your body. A lot of times when you have like spiraling thoughts, that's going to come at a time where obviously you're feeling anxiety. And anxiety was a very beneficial thing back in the caveman days, where it was how you survived. Because if you saw something coming at you, like this wild animal with huge sharp teeth charging you, then of course you're going to feel anxiety, and it's going to give you that adrenaline and that rush. And what the difference is between back then and now is like Back then it was used as a survival tool because once the threat was no longer in sight and they could catch their breath and their mind was like, oh, hey, that large saber-toothed tiger is no longer around, we're safe. Whereas now we don't have those big, scary physical threats right in front of us all the time. A lot of the time, anxiety is coming from a place of, well, the monsters are up in here. And they're not physical manifestations of something that you can see to where your mind is going to be like, okay, that threat is no longer there. I'm good to settle down. Now, when you go in like a thought spiral with anxiety and that kind of thing, your brain has no visual cue to shut that adrenaline motor down. So you have to physically take the reins and control it and calm your mind and be like, we are good. We are good. There is no threat in sight. And the best way to do that is breath work. Because when you're spiraling like that, you want to do something that will calm your body, that you can visualize with and focus on. And that is going to draw all of your attention to what you're doing. Instead of a lot of people, when they get upset like that, they try to meditate. And meditating, y'all, that's just going to stress you out, because the point of meditating is to clear your brain of thoughts. And when something's going wrong like that, and you're in this like state of chaos and panic, you're not going to be able to just think about nothing. If you try and think about nothing, it's just going to keep trying to creep in and creep in and creep in. So with breath work, all you have to do is close your eyes, take this big deep breath in, and as you take the deep breath in, visualize this clean, calm energy entering your body. And when you breathe out, just picture all that worry, doubt, gross, nasty, bad juju energy exiting your body. Like you're literally clearing it out as it happens. And this should not only calm you down, but it should also, it should definitely like shut your adrenaline motor down. And visualizing this is going to help your body get that visual cue that, okay, we're good. There's nothing out there that we're trying to basically survive from. There's no physical threat of danger out there. So just know that literally everyone has bad mental days, okay? But the point of this is that you do still want to fight that bad thought. And I shouldn't say fight because that's like resistance, but you should still be changing your focus onto the things that you want to expand and that you want to grow, and taking your focus off of those things that are upsetting you and bothering you, because if you keep your focus on them, they're going to keep perpetuating in some way, shape, or form. So make sure that you are still working on being in that mindset, even if you feel like you have had enough and you start spiraling, baby. It's okay. You can stop spiraling and get right back up and get back on that mindset path. Because if you allow yourself to stay in that spiral, you are going to get way more damage, and you're going to be way more exhausted from the bad thoughts and that negative thought spiral and trying to not drown in it than you are from trying to keep your thoughts positive and keeping yourself in that mindset that you want to be in. Go towards your goals. Don't let any circumstances in this world keep you from focusing on your goals. If something happened that you don't like, keep going. It's going to be okay. Life is happening for us, not to us. And honestly, it might have been a bad manifestation that you accidentally had, or like a lingering thought pattern that's on its way out, that was just kind of like getting the rest of that energy out there. Or maybe It was like a bridge of incidents where this had to happen in order to bring you to this point to where you can be where you need to be. Every single thing happens for a reason. Just keep that in mind. I know it's cliche, but when you think about it, sometimes God just makes you super uncomfortable so you'll move, okay? So have a wonderful weekend and keep your thoughts in check. All right, have a good one.